Okay, so I'm about to get into Hive 1 right here, and I am going to set the camera up on the straw bale so I can show the frames to the camera. So hang on tight. Okay, so hive number 1 had not been taking their sugar syrup, and now, if you can see, this is the front quart. I don't know what you can see, but it has about 2 cups left, so about half of it, and this back one only has about a cup left. So they have started taking it a little bit, so I'm not sure what's prompted that, but they have taken a little of the syrup. Now I'm going to open it up. Okay, so I smoked them, and the top box, there were some bees at the top. They seem to be obviously concentrated in the middle frames. So I'm going to start taking frames out. I don't have all the tools I thought I did with me. Okay, so this the very outer one to the west is drawn cone, but it's empty. Half on one side and full drawn on the other. So I'm going to set that to the side here. So that's interesting, drawn comb on the outermost frame. So they've been busy. So again, another half drawn and a pretty much full drawn with really dark looking pollen or whatever in it. Very few bees on it right now, but this is the second frame in. Yeah, I'm not sure what that actually is, but it doesn't look great. Okay, third frame is, it has honey and pollen in it, about half full, not capped. A handful are capped. That actually kind of looks like old honey, and then some newer pollen. That's the cap. See, it's kind of an odd dark color, so I'm not sure it's new. But they're completely drawn. Some bees, but I'm smoking them, so that's not really a safe assessment here. Let's stick that one back in here. I'm trying to steal it. Just need some room. And it just suddenly got really, really windy. Okay. So now I'm about to pull out the 4th frame, so right next to the middle basically. Let's see what we can see. Okay, the outermost part, drawn comb, and there's some honey and pollen in it. A very little bit of the honey is capped. Little bit of brood in the middle, on the inside of that next one. I see some larvae. I don't know if you can see. There's some larvae in there. Not very many. Not much brood on this one. Some honey, pollen, kind of everything you'd expect to see. Some capped honey at the edge. So that's what I see on that one. Looking for the queen just real quick. I doubt she's in here. on this one, just by their behavior and what else is on this frame. So yeah, I don't see her. Doing a quick glance. Okay, the fifth frame's gonna prove a little interesting. Just smoke it. They don't seem aggressive at all today, even though this is Hive 1 and you'd expect it a little bit, and it's windy and they don't feel well, potentially. Although I'm not seeing a lot of nosema evidence, like the little trails. So inside I don't see much, just as outside. Oh wow. Okay, so this is the inside. Drone brood and full capped brood, the whole frame. Yeah, pulling the frame off there, I even broke out open some brood on the bottom. But pretty much a little honey on the edges and just covered in capped brood. I don't see any queen cells. I see drone brood and capped brood. No queen cells that I can see. There are a ton of bees in the bottom box, I'm telling you now. There are a lot of bees in this hive. I have those new honey supers that we were going to put on sitting. That's what I decided to take the thing off of the straw bale and put my tablet. And actually there are some curious bees checking out the honey super, so that's interesting. I guess because there's that beeswax on there. So this is the sixth one, so the other middle frame I'm about to show you, if we're going 1 to 10. So interestingly enough, no capped brood on this one on either side. Lots of bees. Both sides, lots of bees, no capped brood. I'm gonna look, see if I can see any eggs. There's a little honey at the edges that's not capped. They're still busy on this one. I don't see the queen and I don't see eggs, but the reality is my vision isn't that great through this hood, so I'm not sure I'm gonna see eggs, but I didn't see anything glaring at me. Now I'm going to pull out frame number 7, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7, frame number 7, so we're 2 from the other edge, or 3 from the other edge. Still kind of a middle frame. Again, I did smoke them, but they don't seem very aggressive. Okay, so it's fully drawn, little bit of honey. Lots of pollen. That's the outside of this frame. This is a lot of honey inside of this frame. No brood. I don't see any brood. I don't see any queen cells or anything. There's a lot of honey on that one. It's not capped yet. Okay, I'm gonna pause and show, just for length of video, just only show you if I see something interesting on these outer 3 on the other side. So, just a moment. So, this is the next to farthest one, so the 9th frame. There's, it's pretty indicative of what the other ones look like. There's a little bit of capped honey. There's some pollen. Both frames are fully drawn, both sides. So this is the 9th one, and they're all fully drawn, I think. The 8th frame had, actually this is really weird. This is the 10th one. This is the furthest out. And it is even heavier than frame 8 and 9. It is almost full of uncapped honey, but it's, and bee bread. This one is crazy full of bee bread. If you look at that, that's the outside of frame number 10. So that's crazy. They're full, they're busy, but I don't see any supercedure cells or anything yet. I'm gonna go ahead and put these frames back, take the box off, smoke them up, and then go through the bottom box in a second. So I'm gonna turn this one off and I'll start a new video for the bottom box.